Let's just go ahead and turn on auto fire. Auto fire can be pretty handy. Now, from now on, the ions are going to target that, and my guns are going to target the weapons. Dang it, they hit my O2. I was really hoping they wouldn't. Oh, I didn't... I had an extra and I didn't have it in there. I'd bought that extra power bar and I'd forgotten to put it in. Oh well. I might have been able to dodge it. Who knows? Okay, I'm going to go up here because what I'm going to try to do is as this thing's coming down, I'm going to try to visit all 3 of these stations. I think I can do that. And that'll maximize my time in this sector, hopefully. Now, something I need to start worrying about is that I'm burning a lot of droids. It's something that happens on this ship, is that you use a lot of droids. Ah. So what I should look for is probably a droid recovery arm would be very handy soon. You can definitely beat this as the Taurus without it, but it's a little bit harder. But you can do it. The question is, can I visit all of them? No, I can't. So let's go ahead and just go to this next one. And I'll be able to visit, I think, all 3. That's unfortunate. There was nothing there. Except a beautiful scene. I like space scenes. And there's nothing here, unfortunately, either. That's too bad. So now I have the choice between a Mantis-controlled sector or a civilian sector. Now normally in this situation I would go to a Mantis-controlled sector because I like more combat, more ships to fight. Civilian sectors tend to be quieter with not as much going on. But in this situation we're going after the stealth ship. I mean, we could also go after the slug ship, which is probably up here somewhere. But let's go ahead and try for the stealth ship because if you notice, we're likely to run into the NG home systems here because there's a complete line of green. So if the NG home system is on this sector map, then we're going to hit it. Now this is definitely something you can do if you're trying to visit certain types of sectors. You can look ahead and see if in these branches you're going to be able to meet as many. Now if I was looking for the Mantis homeworld, I would go up, go to this one, and then go to this one. That would maximize my amount of options for where the Mantis homeworld might be. Now, the Mantis homeworld might be in one of these too, but to get to this one, I would have had to ignore these 2 right here. While to get to this one, I would have to ignore these 2. So, cost-benefit analysis here, it would be much better to try to get the Mantis homeworld by going through here. I'm not sure about the Slugman homeworlds. I assume it's in a nebula type color, but I could be completely wrong. But the NG homeworld is a green one. So we're going to go to the civilian sector. Sorry, I'm a bit long-winded here, and this video is obviously not for everybody. This series on tips and tricks, but also trying to find the stealth ship. It's not for everybody, but I'm just trying to help whoever is having trouble, or who are curious about this game and are looking for some interesting strategies to playing it. Okay, I'm going to eventually visit that store, but I'm going to, see, choices here are, see, by the time the rebels come, I could probably go here, 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 and then back up to the store. But a safer route would be to go up, guaranteed scrap probably here, or something, and then another one, and then maybe go there and then loop back. It's a tough choice. It's definitely a tough choice. I think I'm going to go for the riskier one, that I might not be able to visit the store, but possibly yielding more scrap. I wish I could buy drone parts for this amount of scrap. but I really need the drone parts. This might have been an unlucky decision to go this way. Scans reveal a large... gonna read these off every single time. Let's go ahead and explore. This is dangerous because you can fight someone or you can just take straight hull damage from exploring it. But I didn't. I found some missiles and I found some scrap. So that was definitely worth it. Oh, and I found another store. So let's loop even further down. I'm probably not going to make it to that top score. Let's go ahead and get 6 fuel for 12 scrap. The reason why I'm doing this is each of these fuel only costs 2 compared to the 3 that you would get at the regular stores. I'm going to use these 6 fuel. Well, I might not, but it'll allow me, it'll open up, I won't ever have to worry about it exactly. And 12 scrap is not that much for 6 fuel. I mean, you always use fuel. And if I don't get it here, I'm probably going to have to, in a later sector, have to spend at a shop money for 3 to get it. Let's go ahead and visit the store. Here we go. So we have access to some more people. Anything to sell? No. Let's go ahead and fix that. And let's purchase... I don't really want the Rockman. I like them. They're really great. They have a ton of health. And are immune to fire, so they're really good at containing fire. I wish they were like better at taking out fire, like they could just roll and smother the fire or something. I'd almost like that better than immune to fire. But their movement speed is halved, so they're very slow, and they're also 65, so that's a little bit expensive. You get another Engie. They're pretty useful at repairing things. But I think I'm gonna hold out. Let's see. The question is, do I think that store is going to be covered up by the time... Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to this location. Or I'm going to go to this one. And if this one gets covered, hopefully this one also won't get covered. And then if I get more scrap, regardless, if this one's covered, I'll just go back here and purchase the Rockman probably. But if this one up here is still open, hopefully I'll have a little more scrap and the option to buy some pretty cool items. But what I'm looking for is I'm looking for some of the more expensive augments, things like weapon pre-igniter, drone recovery arm, which I can't remember the cost of, a scrap recovery arm, which will increase the amount of scrap I get. Some other options are, there's just a lot of good augments. In addition to that, I wouldn't mind getting cloaking. Cloaking is a very powerful ability, especially early. It's powerful at all times, basically, especially combined with a shield. I wouldn't mind, I don't really need a teleporter because I don't have anybody to use, but hopefully I can pick up some people from the slaver. Slavers, I tend to look at them as a great place to get crew members without having to pay for them. There's the option to pay for them, but you don't have to. You can get them to surrender and they'll give you a free slave, or I'm going to try to take out their oxygen is what I'm going to try to do. So we're going to see how well this works. I'm not going to use my anti-ship here. What I'm trying to do is gotta take out their weapons. Let's get auto fire on. Okay, so let's just keep doing that until they repair this, and then we'll attack it with our... Let's keep their oxygen down. Hopefully we're going to be able to... Okay, so they got their weapons back online. But you know what? They don't have that amazing of weapons, so I'm going to... just keep doing this, actually. I think I can. Let's make sure. Let's see if I can withstand their weapon onslaughts. I think they're losing oxygen. I'm not sure. Okay. Let me not do this one for a second and let their shield regen. Let's let their shield regen. Okay, now let's burst laser it. Oh, well, that failed. Let's burst laser it and see. I've never tried this strategy, so I'm not sure how well ion blasts are at taking out oxygen. Okay, seems I need to disable their shield. Okay, yeah, let's just keep that up for now. This is probably going to make for some very boring video, but I know this is a strategy. You can basically make them lose their oxygen. So I'm going to see how effective it is. This isn't an AI ship, nope. So it should be able to cause them all to die in there for something to happen. Really hoping. It's taking a very long time. I didn't think it'd take this long normally. They don't have a healing thing, so how are they staying alive at the moment? I don't understand. They should be pretty much dead. Unless they have, I don't know what. They should be dead by now. Why are they not dead? Okay, maybe he's in there repairing. So let me try using burst laser on him. There we go. Oh, no wait. There we go. There we go, we killed him. You scan the ship and detect no life signs. Oh, dang it. Slaves died in the fight. But we gained a good amount of things. Sorry, I really wanted to show off maybe that new thing. So I wasted a lot of you guys' time there with how long that fight was. But that is a viable strategy to get rid of them. Normally, if I'm going to be murdering all their crew, I would like sensors to be able to see how well I'm doing, or I'd like to be able to teleport over there and beat the crap out of them. Now, if you'll notice, the store is just out of range of the rebels moving in. So let's go ahead and go up here, see what's in this store. A lot of good options. I could get cloaking. That could be very useful. Gonna need that eventually. Could get another anti-ship, which I think is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the anti-ship. Do I get any weapons? No. And the beam weapon. And I'm gonna load up on these. Okay. Let's demand the surrender of their goods. Okay. Now in this situation, you're going to notice my priorities are going to have to change a bit, because I'm not going to be able to target their weapons every time, or their shields, or all the things that I want to be able to target. I'm going to have to target their engines a lot to prevent them from escaping and just warping away, because that's a bad thing. That means all the resources that you used in the fight pretty much wasted. Any hull damage you took is not going to help you. Like, you didn't gain anything from it. So what I'm going to do is target that with one of them. Hopefully that hits. It does. We're going to immediately do that. think we've got this fight won. Unless we missed like a whole lot. Yeah, we got this fight won. There we go. No problem. Gain some more scrap. Oh, and we get a burst laser Mark 1. Another one. Now... Oh, and we picked up a Zoltan. When did that happen? Well, regardless, these guys are very handy because they help power systems, saving me a extra little power thing. So now we are going to... Let's go ahead and look at our equipment. So we got another burst laser. Let's replace one of the ion blasts. Ion blasts are super powerful, but I think we want a little more aggressive of a options here, and then we're gonna. Oh, can't quite upgrade that. Okay, so then we're gonna leave the ion blast for now, and then we are going to let's go ahead and upgrade this so that we can use 2 of those. So now we can use 2 if we want in certain situations. We can depower this, and we can do 2 if we're in like a really bad fight. So let's head down here. I know the exit's up here, but once again, our main strategy at this point is to try and maximize our time in the sector while this rebel is going out. Uh-oh, he disabled my engines. That's unfortunate. Fortunately for him, that means we just get more power. But no evading. Yeah, they're gonna tear this apart. Yeah, they're just gonna tear this thing apart. I didn't even need both those. We need more drones, and we need a drone recovery augment, and we will just wipe up. The question is, will we be able to reach this sector from this sector? That's a bit of a risk, but I'm willing to take it to try, and I think I can face the rebel fleet, no problem. Let's try to beat this guy without any of these. I'm pretty sure we can. Hoping we'd be able to take him out. Okay, but we get plenty of scrap, and if you'll notice, we've got one guy, the gunner, Maxime, up to maximum weapons. So she is really good at controlling those weapons. What's Maria at? Maria, not so good on her shields, but she's getting there. Same with piloting. Matt, you're doing okay. I should probably put you on engines. I'm gonna go ahead and put you on engines. Need you a little more on engines. Okay. Now we're going to upgrade this, grab another power bar, and then we're going to add another burst laser. Get that enabled. It's giving us more options. We're a little more powerful. Can we do that? Yeah, we can. Okay. See, we can reach it. This was a good gamble. Uh-oh, this isn't good. Jump into the middle of a plasma storm. Okay, I'm reading. Let's go ahead and manually search for survivors and equipment. Look at this. Found scrap and an anti-personnel drone. Now, an anti-personnel drone is very good at helping against borders, which I normally would just sell it for scrap at the first place I got to, but looking at my people, if I ever run into too many mantis men, like 2 mantis men will just carve through my people. Like, this guy's got 50% health. Maximum health is reduced. This guy's got half the damage he deals in combat, and this person's just normal, with normal health and normal damage dealing. But mantis men deal twice as much damage, so we're gonna need this. Let's go ahead and replace one of the anti-ships with it for now. Just for now, just as like security. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump down here. The idea is maximizing our amount of time in the sector. Now, this guy is highly annoying to me because he allows you to gamble. Purchase an unknown weapon for -65, which I have confirmed actually does occasionally give you a weapon, but the one time it's given me a weapon, that's worth like 45. I think it was an S-bomb. Small bomb, I think is what that stands for. So most of the time, I just kill these guys because they kind of piss me off. So let's do that. We need some shields. Let's go ahead and get a beam out there. Eats through shields. There we go. Plenty of scrap, some missiles, some fuel. Now, there's basically no way, here I'll show you in the next way, there's basically no way for us to prevent the rebels from overwhelming the top place up there. Okay, now this is a situation where they have a beam ship. This is a problem. It's not a good situation for us. So I'm actually gonna pull out a bunch of stops here to try and prevent them from dealing too much damage to us, because we need to take this down, because if they take down our shields just a bit, he's just gonna start eating through our systems like we have. So I need to kill him quickly before he deals too much damage, which I did. I'd use 2 things there, but I find drones, I prioritize against drones if they have an attack ship or a beam ship or a defense ship that's eating my missiles when I need to be killing them. I find that drones can quickly eat through armor. They can just start attacking random systems and deal a lot of damage quickly. We gained a lot of scrap this time, that's good. Okay, I think now is a good time to invest in some shields, which we're probably not going to have to worry about shields for a while now. Yeah. For a while more. I find the 4th level of shields is very useful and basically makes you impervious to laser fire in quite a few, but by the time you get enough money to get the 4th level of shields, the 3rd level of shields is pretty easy to get, but the 4th level of shields is so expensive that by the time you're getting it, the people you're against have lots of missiles, for one thing. They have lots of ion blasts, ion beams that quickly eat through your shields, or they have lots of drones, or it's the final boss who's going to own you a bit. So I don't always find that that one's the best. Question is that inside? Okay, well, I'm gonna go here. I think it might be inside the rebel ship. Yeah, it is. That's too bad. Looks like I'm not gonna get any more in this sector. I could have gotten one more, which would have been good. I don't mind fighting against these guys too much, so this anti-personnel. Get to use it. There we go. Not too much of a problem. Yeah, it's too bad, but thankfully I can reach the exit, so I'm not gonna have to fight twice more to get. I don't really mind fighting the rebel fleet that much, so I find I want to maximize my time, which I'm not sure I did this in this case, but I want to maximize my time in sector. That's what I'm gonna keep repeating throughout this, so I'm sorry. But since I want to maximize my time in sector, I find myself facing these guys a lot, which is unfortunate, but I want to get as much scrap as possible. These guys don't give scrap, but if I only had to face one of them and I got to visit 2 more sector nodes because I had to face one of these, it's probably worth it. Dodge that one. There we go. Shut down their stuff. Now, something we don't have to deal with as much in these early enemies is we haven't had to target their piloting or their engines to lower their dodge chance. Now, sometimes you're going to run into enemies that are just dodging everything that you have. What can be a good idea to do in that case is to try to target those. You want to probably still prioritize shields over them, but you might want to do those next. I mean, it's always a trade-off when you're trying to take those down. If they've got high dodge percentage, it means you're going to be missing a lot of shots. But you want those shots to be hitting things like their weapons, which are tearing apart your ship. So it's definitely a trade-off. Okay. Let's go ahead and, it doesn't really make a difference, does it? We'll go to the NG controlled sector, why not?